Hello, welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right is the long-lost son of the butcher for Kurt Angle, Joe Venuto.
Thank you. Welcome to episode 4 of Wrestling in Mom's Basement weekly podcast. There's a lot of news to get to. All the news stories come from oldwrestlingnews.com. That's the name of the site. And two of the stories come from fellow YouTubers, Wrestle Talk TV.
Which is a good channel. You guys should check his channel out too as well.
Yeah, Oily Davis.
Yes.
The first story this week involves CM Punk, and who's become a weekly topic in the news about returning. It involves Joe Cobb for ROH's CFO or CEO, COO, actually, talking about that there's been like a talks with CM Punk about appearing on Ring of Honor through intermediary parties. He didn't describe who the parties were. But he pretty much said that Punk always has an open door policy to come back anytime he wants with them. So, what do you think of that story?
Well, in that position, with Punk having a lot of friends on the independent scene, I'm pretty sure Ring of Honor has kept in touch with Punk. At least not indirect. At least a lot of it indirectly. And I think if by some miracle that Punk actually does go to Ring of Honor, that it would be incredibly huge for them. That would be game-changing for them. Yeah,
especially at a time where they are losing a lot of star power to NXT. Let's get to it a little bit. That could set the wheels in motion for them, but I don't think it's going to happen. When Punk does return to wrestling, yes, that was a win. We're good friends.
For Punk not wanting to have anything to do with wrestling and wanting to focus on his UFC career, there is an awful lot of talk about him coming back to wrestling.
Right, it's going to be WWE. He might make a surprise program on Honor, but I don't think it's going to be anything for like a deal.
Yes.
And that might be first to get the wheels talking, to get everybody talking, set the wheels in motion rather, right? And then he'll probably disappear again, but then when you actually see him in another company, it'll be WWE. And my prediction will be sometime within the next 5 years. That's why I said 3 years ago. So now, sometime in the next 2 years. That's when it happened. Speaking of Punk, one of Punk's, I guess, fellow friends in the business, Brock Lesnar, well, looks like Brock's going to be going back to where Punk, I believe, is currently on the contract to. UFC. I say I believe because I'm not sure what his status is there. I believe it was last Saturday, John Jones defeated, I'm not a UFC fan, I know the guy's last name, Cormier, for the lightweight championship. I'm not really sure.
Daniel
Cormier, yes, that sounds good. All the commercials. And then he called out Brock Lesnar with a challenge, and Brock pretty much told him to bring it. He told the Associated Press, and now the tools are being set in motion that Brock's back in the USADA testing pool. I'm not sure how true that is, but no matter what, even if Brock did fight, he will have to at least wait 6 months to undergo the test. Anyway, he said the latest he could fight is December, January, I believe. But Brock's locked into WWE until WrestleMania. Not sure they want him fighting with 2 of their biggest shows back to back with Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season. So if there is a fight, it won't be until after. But there is rumors that John Jones is interested in working with WWE.
Again, I don't think Brock's gonna fight again in UFC until after his WWE deal is done. It's just because the timing of it, and WWE will definitely want him for Royal Rumble and Mania.
Right.
But him wanting to do it, I thought he would. He always seems to come out with oh, he's very pro WWE. Then he does something with UFC, and then he's WWE again, and then he's UFC. It seems like a lot of that's going on with him. Like he wants to have the best of both worlds.
Which nowadays you can.
Yeah. Well, it depends if you have a big enough name like Brock Lesnar does. But if Brock wants to fight again, he can go ahead and do it as long as he's not contractually bound by WWE.
No, people, he's not leaving after SummerSlam, no matter what the rumors saying. And no, people, he's not leaving after WrestleMania. The guy's going to pay $12 million a year. He's going to use Vince for more money. Again. Vince is going to do it to him because Brock still rules. And he's going to be allowed to fight after WrestleMania. Now, you won't see him for a while until after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be training for UFC. Next time you probably see after WrestleMania probably won't be until next year, SummerSlam, wherever that's being held. 2018, or he might miss that depending on when the fight is too.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take months to train. But I won't be surprised to see him lose the championship at the Universal Championship at SummerSlam this year and start training now while he's working with WWE. But yeah, he is re-signed with WWE to WrestleMania 34. No, I don't have sources. I know business enough to know what Brock's doing. And he's going to get Vince to sign off on the UFC fight too. But more money. Right now he's getting $12 million a year. By April, he'll be getting paid probably on the upside $15 million a year, at least. While Brock's going to be away, Roll's going to need some star power for the part-timers. Brock is currently scheduled for the No Mercy pay-per-view. But apparently after SummerSlam so is John Cena. Cena, who was just hired to work and lead role, cast in lead role for the Transformers Bumblebee movie spin-off, which I have no interest in seeing, but
yeah, I'm not a big Transformers fan either. So.
Yeah, congrats to him on that. And the movie started filming already, but he's going to be working for some of the filming because he's scheduled after SummerSlam to be on all World Live events and World Paper and the numbers pay-per-view on September 24th, I believe. And after SummerSlam. Which after SmackDown this week, he's scheduled to face Baron Corbin at SummerSlam, which then supposed to lead to him versus Samoa Joe. Not sure for Universal title or not. At No Mercy, because every match is going to be advertised on the live event loop before the end of August.
I definitely want to see a Joe versus Cena feud. Especially recently with Cena getting a lot more indie style offense that he's had over the last couple years. I think that would be an excellent match with him and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, and whether Joe wins the Universal title or not, the next best thing he can do probably right now is a feud with Cena.
Yeah.
And on topic of Cena, and I do feel like Joe will win the feud because Cena's not going to be around like numbers sadly for a little bit. But on topic of Cena and pulling people over, this past Tuesday, he did pull over Shinsuke Nakamura clean. Yeah. Though that wasn't the original plan. Which now leads to Nakamura and Jinder Mahal for the W Championship at SummerSlam. There was a botch in the match where it did look like Cena did break his neck on the Nakamura suplex, but there is no heat on Nakamura, and Cena was fine with it, and Cena did tough out to get hit with the Kinshasa, but it was clear as day Cena was fine. But surprisingly, he wasn't hurt by it.
I actually felt the botch actually helped the end of the match a bit. It made it seem like Cena actually went through more hell with Nakamura just before Nakamura hit him with the Kinshasa. Other things like that would be, for me, my favorite match of all time is Shawn Michaels and Taker, and I think that match really picked up when Taker almost cracked his head open on the cement floor. There's other matches like that where it seems like the botch actually helps the match even more than not having it at all.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get more in depth with the match once we do the next video with the Raw SmackDown reviews. But they'll just say the match was excellent. That's all I'm going to say for that right now. And Nakamura and Jinder should be Jinder's best match. Won't be surprised if it's a quick match to transfer about the Nakamura, maybe Corbin too, depending if Corbin or if we see it later in the night. I'm not sure, depending on when Corbin faces Cena. But Nakamura and Jinder wasn't the only match added to the SummerSlam card this week. There were three other matches added this week, which we'll get to in the next video. But since we're on the topic of necks being broken, Kurt Angle, who won Olympic gold medal with broken freaking neck, is scheduled to be in a feud with The Miz as he missed past Monday Night Raw, which I'll get to in a little bit with the Miz TV segment with Jason Jordan. Not sure if this is lead to Curse from Smash or whatever, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe Survivor Series is his 18th anniversary. I'm not sure what the date is, but it's definitely his 18th year in the company. Well, 18 years from when he debuted.
Yeah.
So if it's definitely his debut date, I won't be surprised to see him wrestle then. But there are rumors Miz will be his first opponent, well, at least his first feud. Which, if it's going to be his first opponent, I understand because Miz is a safe worker. But from what I've been hearing, it's just start off as pretty much where the Miz and Daniel Bryan feud left off last year. But this time, I think we may eventually get a payoff.
Yeah, well, from what it seems like they're starting with Jason Jordan and Miz, could it eventually lead to that? We'll get more into that in the next part. But it does seem like that would be the next storyline place to go. I mean, Miz has feuded against authority figures, and now he's sort of calling out Angle's newfound son.
Right.
So it definitely seems that way, and I have actually been thinking that way, that Miz and Angle are going to be feuding soon, because it's just the progression of what Miz has done in the last year or two.
Do you think we'll actually get a payoff for this, like an actual match? I like the Daniel Bryan one.
I think so, yes, because that would be the one way of actually having Miz getting his ass handed to him.
No, this used to be like a Mania match. You see, that's probably a show before Mania.
I had originally thought SummerSlam, but probably it's either going to be Survivor Series or Rumble. I don't think that would actually be Angle's Mania feud.
It should be Royal Rumble.
Because we're going to be there now?
Right. And I had to sit for 30 women trying to throw each other over the top rope. No offense to the woman, I'm just saying. There's a chance that could be a disaster. They don't have 30 women, that's not happening.
Don't worry, they'll get 30 women.
Angle's return. If I had to sit for the woman Rumble just to get to Angle's return, I'll be fine. Then, on the topic of being broken, this is the second time now within the last month where apparently we're getting a sign of the broken Hardys. First was the night of the Great Balls of Fire, where Jeff said that everybody thought the Hardys were obsolete, and Matt was throwing out his broken references. And this is going to WWE.com YouTube exclusive. After the Hardys defeat Gallows and Anderson and took them out in the revival. After the show, they cut promo where Jeff said that's the revival. He felt revived. He wasn't so much broken. It was Matt who was out awoken. Which is and he was told about premonitions and all his stuff. This looks like this may be the way of the awoken Matt Hardy to actually be broken Matt Hardy to get around the legalities of the GFW Hardy Boys lawsuit.
The woken Matt
Hardy, who's still technically broken Matt Hardy, just with a word that rhymes with broken. But anywho though, GFW did apply for all 7 trademarks of the Broken Universe, including Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero, Broken Brilliance, the Broken Universe, Vanguard 1, Senor Benjamin, and Maxwell Hardy. Now, I'm not sure how you try to trademark your actual name, but or King Maxwell, my fault. So,
King Maxwell they can do.
They got all 7 got declined because they need permission from Matt and Jeff and Maxwell for Broken, Brother,
and King.
King, and Singer Benjamin, my fault.
Instantly.
And they need permission from all of them, or they need to be dead. They're not neither.
Yeah, so...
If anything, they're more revived than woken. Well, that being said, I don't think it's leading to Jeff going broken, but it might be, now that Dean is separate team up, and it might lead to the separation and the upcoming superstar shakeup of Jeff or Matt going to SmackDown, as Matt does say as they're turning to woken.
It seems like every week this is one of the news stories, like, oh, they're getting closer to being broken. And my response is always the same. I definitely want to see it in WWE. I want to see Matt be able to continue what he started before he came to WWE and finish up the thing. And even have a dream match with Bray Wyatt, because they teased that before the Hardys came to WWE, and I want to see that. I want to see how that would work, and with Matt having a little bit more creative control over how that would all over how that would go down, I think would actually be really fascinating to see.
Who goes to SmackDown?
I would probably say Jeff goes to SmackDown. Just because I think there's a bit more. I think there's a bit more room for a singles run there for Jeff. Again, he also would back up AJ and Nakamura, and Orton could probably turn heel, which I think he likes doing better anyway. So
yeah. I'm an advocate for the Woken gimmick, and that's the way to go. I do advocate for that, and I'm advocating for that like Paul Heyman does for Brock Lesnar, but apparently for SummerSlam, I'm getting better at these segues. I think Paul Heyman is advocating for somebody else to win the Universal Championship, and that's Samoa Joe. And all I'm going to say is, so that's so Brock can start his training for UFC and going to the USADA testing pool. All I gotta say is Heyman's right, and yeah, Samoa Joe should be champion.
I agree. Just set me up there. I was like, I agree.
I'm not going to play nobody from the match. Whoever wins the match, it's just it's like AJ, Samoa Joe winning the TNA guy winning one of too many championships.
And,
that's all safe to
and
say.
adding the title to say a Joe and Cena feud, like we talked about earlier, could help that feud.
And the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
Brock still wonders for the Universal title.
Yes.
So Joe and Cena could only elevate it. Then okay, I have to segue for a second. So the next story, because I don't think none of those guys were getting cut from the roster. WWE's in their yearly close cut and budget thingies. This year the releases include Pyro, Talk is Smack, Unfiltered, The Edge of Christian Show, R-Truth's game show that didn't get a chance to debut on the network.
That sounded interesting, but it's kept now.
Apparently, Edge of Christian Show wasn't getting a lot of viewers on demand just when they aired it.
Yeah.
That's why. Talk is Smack, I think it's live. I don't know why they got rid of Unfiltered. It's not like it was a long show anyway.
No.
They had the time they didn't even air at that time. They just air it like in the middle of commercials.
Yeah.
So the Pyro, whatever. It's just Pyro. It's saved for the big shows like Mania or whatever. I mean,
when you spend $1 million,
$5 million.
$5 million
Dollars on Pyro.
Dollars of Pyro.
Not everybody needs Pyro.
That's all right, fine.
Then
just blow your load at Mania then.
But unfortunately, we did lose 2 wrestlers too in the last 24 hours. Yesterday, we lost NXT standout and Cruiserweight standout 0-1. Alright,
Yeah.
and today we lost
This is the big one.
the very talented, very beautiful, very stunning,
Eternally beguiling.
that, everybody's favorite SmackDown Live woman in her draft last year, Ava Marie.
In this and any other basement in the world.
Right.
All red everything.
Now, the
R.I.P. Alright.
now, if you don't mind, can we just have a moment of silence for the great Ava? Before everybody mocks her. And speaking of mocking, Orton mocked WWE this week on Twitter.
We didn't even have a moment of silence for Ava.
No, because people are going to mock her. So since we're on the topic of mocking, I was trying to get to Orton mocking WWE.
I coughed, but not even mocked her. I just fake coughed.
Yeah, I know, but everybody's going to mock her.
So you shouldn't have a moment of silence.
Leave the members alone, Ava. Thanks. Orton mocked WWE this week by the Parry WWE Creative Humor account. When Orton accepted Rusev's challenge on SmackDown, they put, as something Orton will say, I accept your challenge for SummerSlam. No, I'm paraphrasing here. Accept your challenge for SummerSlam as long as there's no job in prison, House of Hardcore, Fly Match, or any of that bullshit.
House of Horrors.
Whatever it is. Yeah,
House of Hardcore.
Yeah, House of Hardcore.
House of Hardcore's good.
Yeah.
House of Horrors.
No.
Yeah.
My fault. Yeah, and there were any of that bullshit. That was part of the tweet, not me. And he also mocked WWE with Brock Lesnar, where they said they did the new Eat, Sleep, Leave, Train for UFC that pay more money contract, Leave for UFC shirt, which Orton also responded to.
Yeah. Randy loves being sarcastic. And yeah. He loves being sarcastic. I don't really have any much else to say on that one.
Orton and Twitter is the most friendly duo this year.
No.
This week was funny though. That a couple months ago he got himself into a little heat with the new wrestlers.
Yes. Dive.
Right. As we give it new wrestlers, former World Champion Tag Team Kyle O'Reilly debuted this week at NXT. In an excellent match against Aleister Black, which you can see in the next video, but the NXT review.
Yeah, it was a good match, and I actually like seeing Kyle O'Reilly here, so it's a all-around win-win for NXT.
And there are rumors of an ROH stable forming in NXT. Not sure that includes, I'm assuming, definitely Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes.
And Bobby Fish. Not sure they're going to put Roger Strong like with that, because Roger Strong's doing his own thing right now. Maybe Adam Cole's the leader group when he comes in.
Maybe.
When he comes in 2 weeks, I take you to Brooklyn. That's not confirmation. That's just me telling you when he's coming in.
That's us speculating.
That's me telling you when he's coming in. He'll be in the crowd.
Yeah.
We're on the floor too. Don't look for us. You won't see us.
No.
But we're on the floor. He'll be on the floor too. Unless he has to run in the main event, but that's probably Roger Strong.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of debuts now on returns, we can finally confirm that wrestling's favorite couple, that the woman in the group, has confirmed she is returning to WWE. I probably should say her name, but you know who I'm talking about. Paige. At this point, Roll's Women's Division could use her, so I'm not going to complain.
They could really use it.
As long as she's clear-handled, she's going to be an asset for the company. She got a CT scan early in the weekend. Looks like she's clear, not medically clear yet to compete, but doesn't look like no further damage to her neck. So she should be getting medically clear soon.
I just hope that, like, whatever their troubles are mostly behind them before she goes into WWE.
Lovely people.
Yeah. Out of Daria and Paige, out of the ones I hope makes it out of this relationship, or maybe in a better place for this relationship to be, I really hope that Paige does actually benefit more than Del Rio. Just because I think I care about Paige a bit more as a performer than I do Del Rio.
And with that being said, was I trust to see the Paige a bit what she did, blah, blah, blah. Trying to just find her coming back, but GFW still has done Ultra Trend suspended.
Yes.
And speaking of people that apparently get heat on them, Enzo Amore maybe going back down to NXT in the upcoming Superstar Shakeup, whatever that is, or 205 Live, which I don't have a problem with either move at this point, because he's not going to fare well on his own as a wrestler on the main roster, so. But the reason he's being moved is because he, as I don't bring it to the table, so this report by stems from is, Corey Graves, Enzo does heat on him, because he's the same person 24/7, which if you watch him on TV enough can probably figure out why he's just dealing with the roster.
Yes. Yeah, from the bringing it to the table segment, Corey said that how you see Enzo on TV is how you see Enzo in real life. And he even used an example of him talking, or him hanging out with the weekend one weekend.
The weekend,
the weekend on a weekend.
Right.
That he was hanging out with him, and while the roster had a tour that weekend, I mean, that was pretty hard. So he explained that as not many of the roster would like him doing that, especially if they just had a hard time the past weekend.
Yeah. 205 Live had the best place for him, but
yeah.
Honestly, NXT is going to eat up into with the roster they have right now.
Yeah, there's not really many. I wouldn't say he has a great shot on either brand, but I guess
205 Live he'll inject some personality.
Yeah,
at least
NXT. I think he'd be run over, to be honest.
Yeah. And somebody who probably wishes she was still in NXT, and our big story of the week, Bayley's now at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because her booking and role has been atrocious. It has nothing to do with her booking, though. She's injured somewhere between 2 to 4 months, optimistically. 3 to 6 months.
The booking didn't injure her shoulder. It was Nia Jax.
That's not right to blame people. Even if Nia did drop her on her shoulder.
Yeah.
So we're not blaming people. We're just saying what happened.
We're not blaming people, but Nia did drop it.
Yeah. But Bayley's probably upset on this SummerSlam, but probably thrilled that she's not being booked by Raw right now. And she's probably hoping she gets moving up to Superstar Shakeup. To SmackDown or NXT. The injury, I will say will be a big loss for the women's division on Raw, but it's not really right now.
No. I think the big match for the women probably would have been Sasha and Alexa anyway. So we're probably going to get that, and we're probably going to get that either way. It'll just be a hold on Sasha's eventual heel turn.
Every time she gets a freaking chance to turn heel.
Yes.
It's either her or Bayley that have to get in here. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one else for her to turn on. It has to be Bayley this point.
Yeah.
They've been conjoined at the hips since Bayley came to the main roster. Yeah. So, it's obvious where you go from here. Sasha beats Alexa for the women's title. Alexa trains to get better. You push Emma higher. You do us making Sasha and Emma in the title picture for a while. Everybody's happy. Everybody smiles. Then you put Alexa back in when she gets better. And there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and you release Alicia, Dana, and send Nia back down to NXT. And call up anybody to fill those spots.
Agreed.
Yeah. But as long as you get Sasha making an Emma title picture at SummerSlam, everybody be happy. Because there's no way left for Alexa to face, so it makes sense for... Well, we're saying Alexa and Sasha. At this point, it's going to be...
It's probably going to be like a triple... It's probably going to do like a triple threat or something.
It's going to be a woman's gauntlet.
It should be Sasha.
It's going to be Alexa, Sasha, Nia, Mickey, Emma, Dana, and Alicia.
Where Nia kills Emma, Mickey, and Dana. Sasha beats her and then has to go on to fight Alexa.
But he forgot Alicia. Where does she stand in all that?
Isn't she injured?
When she's back.
No, she is back, yeah. I thought she was injured.
She was at ringside for an I Quit match a few weeks ago on Twitter on Live.
Yeah.
He's a big Alicia Fox fan, she can tell.
No, not really. He's the big Alicia Fox fan.
I used to be, because at one point she was the 4th best on the roster 5 years ago. But even then, she injured Beth Phoenix's eye.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember that? She flipped and kicked Beth right in the eye before damn heel. By the way, that was a film.
Why would you wear heels in a...
Not her boots. The heel for boots.
Her heel in a boot.
Yeah. Oh, you look like a hooker this son. Oh, you're just like a hooker. You wear...
Whoa!
You wear hooker boots. She's a nice girl, though. She's not watching, believe me, nobody is.
Yeah, we met her. She was nice to us, so...
A lot of times. Free.
Yeah.
And... Don't think they announced anything for Raw this week, so... Well, for the woman on the topic. So, don't know where they're going with the women's health situation. All I know is Alexa needs to lose the belt. Because there's nowhere for her to beat. Left. Sasha's literally the only person left. Sasha's the only one with any credibility right now to take the belt. There's nobody else for Alexa to feud with. Unless they're building to Alexa and Nia, but I think you may know that match will suck.
Yes.
So, Sasha's the best bet to run with the title until Bayley gets back, or Mickey, or if they call up Asuka to roll, but she needs to go to SmackDown and fight Charlotte. So, you find out this Monday, I guess, what the women's title match is. Now that's what the reports say. They didn't confirm how long Bayley's injury is, though. But from what everybody's gathering, somewhere between 2 to 6 months. So
yeah,
just assume it. Bayley's out of SummerSlam. Can't confirm that. Though to confirm she is injured, though. I think she's to be tested today anyway. So that news won't probably be out until the week on Monday. We'll get confirmation on roll. But that's it for part 1 of the podcast. I'm Pat. I'm Joe. He's Pat.
He's Pat.
Follow us on Twitter at him at the Pat Young 205.
Him at the Joe Venuto 215.
The podcast at Wrestle IMB. Our Instagram account
At Wrestling IMB.
And click the subscribe button if you like the videos.
And please feel free to be part of the discussion. And make a comment below.
And we'll be back in a little bit with the Roll SmackDown NXT 205 Live reviews. That's over.